In this video, let us try to prove these three questions. I recommend that you start watching these videos from the first of this playlist, where we have in detail explained the sum and difference formula of cosine, sine and tangent. Watch the first few videos, also maintain a formula sheet, it will be very useful to you. If you already know how to solve it, please pause the video and give it a try. So let's try the first one now. So in the first question, we have to prove that sine of pi by 3 minus x multiplied by cos of pi by 6 plus x plus cos of pi by 3 minus x multiplied by sine of pi by 6 plus x is equal to 1. So if you notice here, sine of pi by 3 minus x exists as well as cos of pi by 3 minus x exists. So we can consider angle A to be pi by 3 minus x. Similarly, cos of pi by 6 plus x is available as well as sine of pi by 6 plus x is available. So we can consider B to be pi by 6 plus x. So what do you notice here? If we replace pi by 3 minus x with A, we would get sine A times cos of pi by 6 plus x is B plus cos B plus cos A multiplied by sine B. So this formula is nothing but sine of A plus B. So what we can do is, we can write this as sine of pi by 3 minus x plus pi by 6 plus x. Now if we add this, so the negative x and the positive x cancel out each other. So pi by 3 is 60 degrees, pi by 6 is 30 degrees. So we would get sine of pi by 2 or sine 90, correct, which is equal to 1. So this is how we can apply the sum formula of cosine and derive the answer. So here in the second question, we have to prove that sine of 4 pi by 9 plus 7 times cos of pi by 9 plus 7 minus cos of 4 pi by 9 plus 7 multiplied by sine of pi by 9 plus 7 is equal to square root of 3 by 2. So if you notice here, this can be considered as A and the second part can be considered as B. So this resembles sine A cos B minus cos A sin B, and this formula is of type sine of A minus B. So we can write it as sine of A is 4 pi divided by 9 plus 7 minus pi by 9 plus 7. So the 7 gets cancelled out. We would have sine of 4 pi by 9 minus pi by 9, which is 3 pi by 9. So we can simplify this to pi by 3. Sine pi by 3 is sine 60, correct, which is equal to square root of 3 divided by 2. So this is how we can solve the second question. So here in the third question, we have to prove that sine of 3 pi by 8 minus 5 multiplied by cos of pi by 8 plus 5 plus cos of 3 pi by 8 minus 5 multiplied by sine of pi by 8 plus 5 is equal to 1. So the approach would be similar. So we recognize what is A and what is B. So this is A and this is B. Now if we apply sine A times cos B plus cos A times sine B, this is of the format sine of A plus B. So we would get sine of 3 pi by 8 minus 5 plus pi by 8 plus 5. Now the 5's get cancelled, so we would have sine of 4 pi by 8, which is sine of pi by 2 because the force can be simplified here. So sine pi by 2 is 1. So this is how we can apply the trigonometric functions sum and difference formula to easily solve the questions. I recommend you watching all the videos in this playlist so that you can easily approach these questions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.